Letter to my unborn son when navigating this circus of a lifestyle. First of all, I would like to apologize for whatever Afrocentric name your mother and I agreed upon, and the playground jokes that will come from them when the bullies come for you. They will come for blood, so show them your notepad instead. Tell them no one can put you through more pain than you can, then make them read the poems that you wrote until your wrist ran dry. If you're not a poet, then you can't be my son, and your mother's got some explaining to do, in which case you can pretty much ignore the rest of this poem. Secondly, if at any time you feel I'm being too embarrassing, do not tell me. This will only cause me to do more childish things on your 17th birthday. We'll go to the moon, have dinner with the man inside, then reminisce on the boys who look like you that did not make it this far. See, son, unfortunately, around here, black boys don't make it out of 16 alive if, by the time you're born, I've lost all muscle mass. If the bodybuilder has faded from my skeleton, I only ask one thing, that you pretend at least for the first 45 years of your life that I am the strongest human being that you ever laid eyes on, so that on days when the pavement pounding and pencil pushing leaves me in a state of depression, you can somehow convince me that our car rides were like rocket ships, that you imagined you were spending time with your favorite superhero. Tell me you saw capes on the edges of my fingertips, that I often held a football like a planet, that you imagined I was passing the world to you. Tell me whatever it takes, because the way these student loans are looking, son, I'm going to need as much encouragement as possible. Be an elephant, son. Go nuts. Never fear mice nor men. Be a cannon, blast in every direction. Be candid. Be a firecracker. Have a short fuse. Never explode in front of the cops. Always avoid cop cars. Pay for your education first. Avoid the urge to buy cars. When the police attempt to paint the sidewalk with your face, approach them the way clowns do. Make them wonder if the tear on your cheek is painted on or just frozen in time. Always run from danger, son. No story to tell is worth your life. They will kill you the first chance they get. So learn to disappear without warning. Never let them see you sweat. Be sweet, be swift, switch, be gay. If happy is what you are, have strength. Be straight, be the thin line between love and hate. Be black and a man in spite of what this country will tell you. It is okay to be both simultaneously. When a woman approaches you with a smile like a tightrope and a body that says she is okay with falling, when her walk is an unopened apology letter, when she smells the way a father smells just before breaking a promise to his child for the first time, when her laugh is a collection of wedding rings hitting the ground, run the other direction. I can tell you a few things about her. She will be the best girl you've ever had. She's got some unresolved issues with men. That tightrope in her smile is the only thing holding it together. Those are not diamonds in her teeth, son. It's broken glass. See, the last man she loved kissed her the way wrecking balls kiss the neck of abandoned buildings, hugged her the way jackhammers hug the spine of a sidewalk. She will be a construction project the city cannot afford to finish. You will never have the tools to fix her. Don't let her trick you into trying. Boy, don't you ever in your natural born life leave this house without your skin color. Black is a burden we wear proudly. Means we come from something. Means we've been everywhere. When you meet your first white boy that makes you want to shed your skin, just take me to his father so I can beat the bigot from his son's bloodline, so we can attack the source of the hate, so the next time that N-word plays acrobat on the tip of his tongue, the ringleader in his voice box just decides to skip that act. If by the time my son is born, I've given my final act in this life, if the curtains close on my heartbeat before he is able to form memories, do me a favor. Tell him a few things from this poem. Tell him that his father once took fire in one hand, hot dogs in another, and made dinner. Tell him I cooked for him. Tell him I always made sure my vision was 20/20. Tell him I looked out for him. Tell him, well, he looked like me, that we were close to our roots and sometimes we looked at trees. Tell him, I'm sorry, but sometimes God calls his angels home early. Sometimes people just die. Make no excuses for me. Do not tell him that I am on a cloud somewhere watching his every move, nor that I am on my way to heaven at this very moment and I'll get there faster if he just prays a little harder. Tell him Sometimes the devil just wins and it sucks. Tell him his father is either residing in heaven or hell, depending on my personal relationship with God. Tell him death is real. Tell him God talks, son. You're going to have to listen. Explain that death is real. Tell him whatever it takes so that he understands his father was a lion that cannot be tamed, that same blood runs through his body and he cannot let me die in vain.